drought spell hasn't been as bad as we thought, but it is going on for longer than we thought. So these seed trays have been in the house. I'm bringing them out today for a bit of sunshine. I'm going to leave the lids on during the day, but what I am going to do is I'm going to just lift them for a few seconds, just change over the air so they've got fresh oxygen, and then just replace the lid again. I'll bring these in tonight. These are our stocks for pots, and you can see we've got a good percentage of doubles in here. Fantastic. Right, it's had a breather, back on with the lid. So I'm just going to lift one corner of the fleece so I can poke my head in, and more than anything I'm just checking for watering. I did give them a good water on Monday knowing this was coming. They look absolutely fine and dandy, don't they? Right, but I will leave them tucked up because the light, you can probably see how bright it was in there, the light can actually get through this. Then just a quick check on the anemones. I took the flowers in, you'll remember. Tuck those back up again. This is when clothes pegs really come in handy. There we go. There we go. I'm going to leave the door open, but just for 20 minutes while I go and check the greenhouse, just to change the air over in here completely. Right, now down to the greenhouse, and while I'll check the plants, I'll just leave the door open, and that will let some fresh air in. I'm feeling strangely invigorated. Probably did me the world of good just to come out, even though it is raining. Everything is looking good. Look, I even utilised the dustpan brush to keep the fleece off of my plants. But yeah, so far everyone is looking okay. My fingers are going numb though. You can't put gloves on while you're checking your plants, though, can you? Now for under the heat mat, I'm going to just take this fleece off for a minute while I check all the plants, just to change the airflow here. So my Rebecca plants are doing absolutely fine. They've got some ventilation already through these holes. My Meloke, they are not on a heat mat, but they do have hats on, and I can see quite a lot of condensation. So I'm going to take the hats off. Look at them, they look great, don't they? I'm going to take the hats off for the whole day. Well, maybe until a bit later on this afternoon. Then I'll come back and put it on. Just let them get a little bit of air circulating around their leaves. These seedlings are a bit older. With propagator lids is you want to make sure that the environment is not too damp and unhealthy. The seedlings in the polytunnel came from indoors where the environment is much drier, but out here in the greenhouse, not so much. So I shall leave this lid off as well for a few hours. And I can see that this guy here needs a little water. Mornings are the best time to do that. Just give your plants a quick check. Okay, the temperature currently, -1 was the lowest it got down to, so that's very mild compared to what we're expecting. Okay, it is 4 degrees. God, that's chilly, isn't it? Right, I'll leave the greenhouse door open, but for an hour, and then I'll come and close it again. Unless the sun comes out. I'm not going to bother with the faff of taking off all of these covers because they are breathable, so they'll be absolutely fine. I can see one propagator lid there, so I'll just quickly whip that off before I go indoors. I shall leave that off for a few hours. You've just got to make sure that you don't create an unhealthy, damp environment with this kind of weather. We haven't got the sun to dry everything out. I quite enjoyed that. I'll be back out again in an hour or so just to shut all the doors up.